before I start. When I study, I want to be as efficient as possible. So when I heard the Kindle Fire offered special apps to go along with the textbooks, I went out right away and picked one up. Faster, smarter, more convenient. The Kindle Fire. It's the future of books. Okay, for my first joke, I'm just going to need 200 volunteers for the audience. So go ahead and raise your hand up. I'm going to need one tall Asian dad amongst that. Just 200. Go ahead and raise them up so we can get at least 200. Okay. Alright, moving on. I'm new to the whole comedy thing because I'm from Orlando. So, a lot of people think Orlando is just one big theme park, but it's not. It's several theme parks. Coming up to Chicago, I was very excited because there's a lot of new things to see. You know, transportation's much easier. I have this beautiful, city apartment that has this rooftop that has an amazing view of the post 9/11 Chicago skyline. And some of the things people were talking to me about was that the food is great in Chicago. The food is amazing. It's just a bunch of hot dogs, you know? And so you gotta have a hot dog, and you put a pickle on it, you know? Anyway, this guy, my Chicago friend, called me up and he's like, no, you gotta try this Mexican restaurant. So I went to this Mexican restaurant that he suggested. It's just a bunch of hot dogs. I called up my Chicago friend. His name's not important. He's not real. And I said, hey, do they have anything but hot dogs? And he said, ask the waiter. So I asked the waiter, who's Chinese. That's a red flag. And I asked him, do you guys have any other food besides hot dogs? And he said, I don't speak... I was like, okay, great. So I left the Mexican restaurant, went to a Chinese restaurant across the street, and there's a Mexican guy in there. And I'm like, hey, you're in the wrong spot. And he's like, oh my God, you're right. And 5 minutes later, the Chinese guy came running in, and he's like, oh my God, thank you so much, you saved my career. And I said, I thought you couldn't speak English. And he looked in my eye. I turned red. A bead of sweat fell down his face. And it circled around his eyes. It was joined by other beads of sweat. And then they went behind his ears and it formed a pair of water glasses. And he took off these glasses. And he folded them up and he drank them. And I thought that was pretty cool. Probably the coolest thing I've seen in Chicago. Animals. Giraffes. They're not real. Come on. 9-foot necks. No way. What are they, Reese's Pieces? Sponsor? Kangaroos. They got a pouch where they keep their kids. That's not real. I'm not buying it. I don't believe it. It's like a bad joke my mom made at a dinner party. Ants? Not real. Where are you going to put the heart? They're this big. Yeah, right. Bears? Very real. They will eat you. Absolutely, they will eat you. Yeah, and it's not a two-way road. Either. Like, if I make a joke, if my dad makes a joke about me, he's like, hey, you have a lazy eye. And I'm like, hey, you're on your way out. You know, that's a joke. It's not congenial. Like, a bear will bite me, and I'm like, okay, well, now I get to bite you. And he's like, no. It's just so weird to me. I know you guys came here. I am a blues musician from New Orleans.
Woo!
They call me New Jack, and I kind of gave that up. I was trying to do the whole comedy thing. But, you know, I was born and raised in New Orleans, and I just love it. So, if you guys wouldn't mind, I could play one song for you.
Yeah!
It's just such a huge part of my life. You know, the blues, the New Orleans atmosphere. They call me Nolan's Jack, walking down the bayou with my po' boy. I got the Creole blood, fishing for a catfish for my po' boy. I give you all your ills with black magic. Mardi Gras is great, and Katrina was tragic. They call me Nolan's Jack, walking down the bayou with my po' boy. Thank you guys so very much.